Greetings and welcome to Asbury University's Human Resources Office. We'd like to start by just welcoming you to campus and letting you know that we are here to help if you're interested in getting a job on campus this year. We're going to start with just giving you a little information about how to find a job, and then we'll also go over all the forms that you'll need to complete once you secure a job, but before you actually begin working. So if you are interested in working this year on campus, you can start by visiting our website at www.asbury.edu and clicking on the Student Employment link. Once you're there, you can scroll through all of our current job openings, and we do update that regularly. But you can also feel free to contact various departments on campus to see if any of them will be hiring student workers this year as well. Once you get a job, but before you begin working, you'll want to stop by the HR office to complete your student employment paperwork. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 12 and 1 to 5. You may also submit your paperwork electronically, and we'll also go over all that information as well in this video. Once you've got a job secured, you're going to want to stop by the HR office and fill out some employment paperwork. First, we're going to go over the employment application. You're going to want to fill out all the information on the front and then make sure you turn it over and sign and date it on the back. The next form we're going to discuss is the I-9. Some of you may have filled this out previously if you've worked other jobs in other places. Frequently, we have people miss some items, especially as you're going along the box at the bottom that says, mark if you did or did not use a translator to complete this form. You're going to want to make sure you fill that out. And then also with that, you're going to need to include your original forms of identification. Now, sometimes people will send us pictures of their driver's licenses, and although that seems like that might work, unfortunately, we cannot accept a picture of an ID. So you're going to either need to bring the original into the office, or if it's, say, at home, you can have somebody take your actual physical ID to a notary. The notary can make a copy of the ID and then sign the copy saying they saw the original, and that copy can be scanned and emailed to our office. So sometimes people have a question about different forms that are acceptable. There's several types that we can accept, and you can look at the third page of the I-9 document, which can be found online. You can pick one form from column A, or you need a form from both column B and column C. So some examples would be if you have a passport, that's in column A, and that would be the only form of ID that we would need. If you're going to choose one from B and C, an example would be like a driver's license or a student ID would be from the column B. But then with that, we would also need like a social security card or a birth certificate, which can be found in column C. So just be thinking of that as you come back to campus. You may want to bring your documents with you, or you're going to need to let your parents know just to have those ready in case you do get a job and they need access to those once you're already back on campus. So the next form you're going to need to fill out is your K-4. That's the Kentucky State Tax Withholding Document. It's pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to want to read through that, make sure you get your social security number, name, address, all that at the top, and then read through the different exemptions. If one of those specific exemptions applies to you, you can check that box. Otherwise, you can just sign and date there on the front page about halfway down. The last document you're going to need to complete is your W-4, and this is your federal tax withholding document. They actually updated this and changed it last year, so it is different. If you have filled it out before, it may look different than what you remember. You're going to want to make sure that you get all the same information, name, address, social. The place for your social security number has moved, and it's now over far on the right-hand side, and it's easy to miss if you don't know where it is. Read through that as well as the worksheet that's attached, and that will help you calculate if you have any exemptions or deductions that you want to claim, and then make sure you sign and date at the bottom of the front page. And we actually only need the front page. The worksheet is just for you to use to calculate your exemptions. And then, of course, if you have any other questions, you can always feel free to email the human.resources@asbury.edu, and we can answer any questions you may have, or you can feel free to stop by the HR office, and we're always happy to help.